Hello, my name is Greg Norsworthy. Today we're going to be doing a tarot reading using the Aleister Crowley Thought deck, which is my go-to deck for most things. I'll be demonstrating some of the aspects of the scientific method of reading. And because in this case the querent has asked me a specific question, in this case about a journey that they're about to undertake, I'm going to use a Celtic cross, which is something a spread you would use for a more specific question rather than like a general open-ended question. So these have been shuffled and cut already, so let's go and see what the cards say. At the heart of the matter we have the Three of Discs, the works card, crossed with the universe. At the base, or unseen influence, we have the Empress. Past and going out of influence, we have the Lovers. At the crown, or the highest potential, we have the Ten of Discs. In the near future, we have the Four of Swords. In the self-perception position, we have the Sun card. Outside influence, or what you're showing other people, we have the Ten of Swords. Hopes and fears, guidance and warnings, we have the Ten of Cups. And then in the current outcome, we have the Nine of Wands. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Discs, which we will come back to. So, the first thing I would do in a reading like this is I would count the majors. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. That's about average, so you definitely want to pay attention to this reading. It's not something just for the day. Neither would it be like something that's completely life-changing. It's kind of in the middle, so pay attention to it for now and see how it unfolds, and assign it a medium level of importance. And then I'm also going to look at the suits. So I have 1, 2 discs, 2 swords, 1 cup, and 1 wand. That tells me that the reading is fairly balanced. It's not tipped in one direction towards one aspect. And has something to say about everything. And then the other thing I would notice here is the amount of yellow-orange running up the right side here, which tells me that there's a fair bit of fire or drive or passion or things to be done, shall we say, on the trip. Okay, so with the Three of Discs in the center, that tells me that the trip is going to be mainly about work, business, the physical world, setting up a profession. And because the 3 is a very solid pyramid with shadows around it, in this case work will be used as a means of solidifying your base and keeping the shadows at bay. Now that is crossed with the universe, which means that there would be 2 somewhat competing aspects of this journey that's being undertaken. One being the work aspect and the building of the business aspect and the physical body, building of the physical body, healing of the physical body aspect, crossed with really the pursuit of the end of the spiritual path. So, not that these are mutually exclusive, but it's going to be necessary to keep in mind as this journey unfolds, what's the purpose of it, and are there 2 competing interests that need to be balanced or somehow integrated. At the base, or unseen influence, we have the Empress. Very good card to draw. This is a card of abundance, of divine feminine energy, of connection to the earth. And it's good to know that that is kind of backing you through your whole way through, even though you can't see it all the time, because it may at times be unseen. It's there. In the past and going out of influence, we have the Lover's card, and what this card is saying in this position is that the querent has gone through a period of their path where they have been with someone for a period of time and done things together, but they're now that time is fading and they're getting ready to go out and do something on their own. Not that this other person necessarily has to completely go away, but they're not involved in the journey that's being asked about in this specific reading. This top card will come to at the end. In the near future, we have the Four of Swords. This is a mind card, being a swords, an air card, but being a scientific reading, I'm going to look at these two, the 3 and the 4, next to each other. Note that the artwork is very similar in some ways. And this card is saying that in the near future, even though the person is going on a journey, they will have the opportunity to take some well-needed rest, take a break, and again, in conjunction with the work, develop a very solid means of keeping the shadows at bay, keeping the darkness on the outside, and protecting and setting a boundary for who they are on the inside. In the self-perception position, how you see yourself, we have the sun. So in reference to this trip, this is actually really good. The person going on the trip, aside from doing some good work, developing their profession, getting really good, they already know that they are shining, that they are capable, brilliant. They are in a dance with God here. That's what these two children mean. All the astrological symbols are shown in here. It shows that the person is very well prepared and complete in preparing to go on this trip. Outside influences, or what they are showing, we have the Ten of Swords. This can be a challenging, difficult card to draw. And in this position, it would suggest that there may be some aspects where people trigger a sort of mental breakdown, a mind loop, destruction of the mind. And it should not be taken in a bad sense, in that this is a 10, which signifies it's at the end of a journey. And it's actually really good to explore the idea that the mind itself, represented by the air cards, does go through a sort of a death. And we'll do that on this trip. So there may be some difficult times, but it's all for the better. It's just important to keep in mind that this could be there. It could be triggered by outside influence. And the ultimate death of the mind is actually a really good thing. Above that, in the hopes and fears, guidance and warnings position, we have the Ten of Cups, another 10 right next to this one. This one is saying that what the querent would like to achieve on this trip and what they should look for is complete emotional satisfaction. So forming bonds with people along the way, along the journey, deep emotional bonds that will last forever and bring great satisfaction. And again, that's really a good card to draw in contrast of the Ten of Swords right below it, which may indicate some difficulties along the way. In the current outcome position, we have the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands is saying that at this moment in time, as the querent gets ready to go on this journey, they know that they've been through some battles, they've been through some difficult times. All that has made them stronger, and you can see that, again, in the scientific method, you're looking for patterns and relationships between the cards. We have the Sun at the top of the Nine of Wands, which is tied to the Sun at the bottom, meaning that the querent in this case is extremely well prepared and ready to go on this journey, ready to undertake whatever comes, and they know that they have what it's going to take to be successful. Finally, in this highest potential position, we have the Ten of Discs, the wealth card. So what that is saying is that as the querent goes through their journey to develop their profession, their work, their craft, and become very good at what they do, there's also the potential to make pretty good money on this as well, and to bring physical health. So that again is also very good news. And it's very interesting to note that we've drawn 3 tens in this reading, meaning the end of the air suit, the end of the water suit, and the end of the disc suit, the earth suit, saying that, again, this person is very well prepared and ready to set out on this journey, as if a certain aspect of their life has kind of wound down or reached the end of a phase, and now they're getting ready to undertake something new. Often in the Celtic Cross, we do look at the bottom of the deck for further guidance, and in this case we have the Ace of Discs. Aces are about potentials, about things that could be. So in this case we have, again, not just the highest potential of making money, but also the maybe unknown or unlooked for potential of starting some kind of new venture, new business, something related to the querent's physical world around them. So overall, we have a very positive reading, maybe some mental thought loop, getting lost in the mind, difficulties along the way. That would be the only real concern to look for. Otherwise, an opportunity to very well develop the craft, get some well-needed rest along the way, and really shine and show who this person is and what they bring to the world. So, thank you for watching, and if you like this video, go ahead and like it and subscribe, and we will see you in the next one.